Did you know literal monsters used to roam the earth? The dinosaurs were so terrifying and no one even realizes it. Even in movies like Jurassic Park, you can see the horror. Actually being face to face with one of these creatures would be a completely different story. The Megalodon alone should make you never want to go into the ocean again. In this video, I compiled some of the most scary, horrific videos I've made on dinosaurs and prehistoric dinosaur facts. So sit back, relax, learn, and try not to get scared, because luckily they're extinct for now. Did you know that dinosaurs aren't cute? They're actually scary monsters that only focus on their need for blood and to kill? Did you also know that was a lie? Dinosaurs actually can be cute. Baby dinosaurs like the Tarbosaurus are super fluffy and adorable until they can regulate their body temperature properly and get rid of their fur. I mean, look at this little dude and tell me he's not adorable. At the end of the day, dinosaurs are just animals too, and just because they need to feed on other animals to survive does not make them into monsters. Did you know this dinosaur had hundreds of pencil-like teeth used for grinding up its prey? Its name is, I'm not sure if I can say that. You know what? Let's talk about another dinosaur. This dinosaur had a chainsaw-like mouth that could blend up objects into mush. Its name was... What's going on with these names? I mean, I really can't say this one. You know what? Let's just go back to the first one. This dinosaur was a herbivore and lived in Madagascar at the end of the Cretaceous period. It's a sauropod with a modest size of 26 feet and weighed as much as an elephant. It was about half the size of its gigantic kin like the Argentinosaurus, but it was definitely nothing to scoff at. But what is with these weird names? Did you know the prehistoric ocean was terrifying? I mean, the ocean can be scary now, but back then it was
thalassophobia on steroids.
I mean, everyone knows sharks are kind of scary, right? Well, then imagine a giant shark, a Megalodon underneath you. If you survived that, you also have to fight off a Mosasaurus
and a Leviathan.
Two equally as big ocean creatures. I mean, octopuses and squids are kind of freaky, right? Imagine them attack you, but they're also way, way bigger than you.
I mean, look at this thing. It's literally like a little freaky face hugger.
But actually, horseshoe crabs are chill AF. I'll let it slide. Worst of all, you know scorpions? The thing everyone hates? Well, there's sea scorpions. And these dudes are also the size of humans, by the way. If I was ever stranded in a prehistoric ocean, I'm giving up immediately and hoping a Megalodon can one-shot me. This terrifying dinosaur had over 500 feet and used them like a chainsaw on its food. The name of this dinosaur is the... Well, this dinosaur with the name on the screen. Luckily, it's a herbivore, so you wouldn't be at risk of becoming a human piece of lumber. The dinosaur used its teeth to graze vegetation quickly, like a lawnmower would. Weighing about as much as an adult African forest elephant, this dinosaur stretched about 30 feet long from nose to the tip of its tail. The herbivore wandered the lowlands of Western Africa about 105 million years ago. What an interesting name for scientists to decide on. This is the largest carnivorous dinosaur, being even bigger and scarier than a T-Rex. But what's its name? It's the Spinosaurus. Stretched up to 59 feet wide and weighing 20 tons, it was discovered in Egypt. This North African beast had a massive sail on its back for cooling off or showing off. As a semi-aquatic predator, it hunted with razor-sharp claws and powerful jaws, ruling prehistoric rivers. Terrifying, right? Comment your favorite Spinosaurus fact below. What happens when you combine? How did the scientists create the Dinosaurus Rex in Jurassic World Rebirth? The Dinosaurus Rex was created before 2010 as a genetic experiment under Henry Wu's Hybrid Dinosaur Project at a research facility on Isle St. Hubert, alongside others like the Megalodon. Later, a scientist ate a secret spark, dropping the raptor, which jammed a door airlock and triggered a system alarm. He got trapped with the creature, which ate him. Following the system collapse and evacuation, the D-Rex destroyed his containment cell and escaped into the wild. The facility became a forgotten site of bioengineered horrors as the Dinosaurus Rex roamed freely, transforming the island into a dangerous biosphere. What dinosaurs is the D-Rex made up of in Jurassic World Rebirth? The Dinosaurus Rex, or D-Rex, is primarily mutated from the Tyrannosaurus Rex with other genetic material added. Some fan theories and in-universe information suggest sauropods and possibly a Titanosaurus were incorporated into the D-Rex to increase its overall size. The designs were also inspired from the Xenomorph from Alien and Rancor from Star Wars. There's a tragic truth behind the D-Rex's existence. On screen, you see a bloodthirsty monster fixated only on its next victim, yet the D-Rex never asked to be born. As an amalgamation of multiple dinosaurs, primarily the Tyrannosaurus Rex, it endures constant agony and starvation. Shunned from light and the sun, its violence erupts solely from unending pain. It has never known life beyond suffering. I wish I could just give it a hug if it didn't rip me apart.
The man felt the T-Rex's breath on the back of his neck. He had hidden in a waterfall from the dinosaur, and the dinosaur had found him. He hid in the back small cavern as the dinosaur stuck its head in. The dinosaur used his tongue to feel where he was. The Rex grabbed the man and started pulling him away as he gripped onto the waterfall's stone walls.
This was a scene from the Jurassic Park novel, so imagine how scary a movie could be if they actually stayed true to the source material. This is why the D-Rex versus T-Rex fight was taken out of Jurassic World Rebirth. I mean, envision how insane the battle would have been. A T-Rex with this devastating bite against the D-Rex's cold, sheer, engineered mutant strength could have been a bloody battle on St. Hubert. The director, Gareth Edwards, second-guessed the fight after his team all decided they didn't want to follow the trope of Rex Machina from past films. The VFX supervisor said it was too predictable and decided to go with the more open, eerie ending where the D-Rex lives. Me personally though, I really wish we could have saw the unreleased footage of the D-Rex versus T-Rex's battle. Does no one realize how scary feathered dinosaurs actually are? You see them in photos and textbooks and you think they just look like giant birds, but imagine seeing one in real life. Today's animals like chickens are literally nerfed in comparison. Look how lame this kitten is. Imagine you're camping in the woods and you hear a scream. You look behind you, your friend's gone, as a single feather floats to the ground. You look right, and you see a shadowy figure. And then a giant bird-like creature appears right in front of you, a Eutyrannus. Shaggy, primitive feathers covered in mud and blood, and you're its next snack. This T-Rex was so well preserved that scientists thought it was alive when they found it. Well, not really, but it's considered one of the most complete dinosaur fossils ever found. This dinosaur was over 16 feet tall and 40 feet wide. This massive dinosaur named Trix has over 75% of her bones intact. Unearthed in Montana in 2013, Trix lived about 67 million years ago and was a female, around 30 years old at her death. But here's the burning question. What deadly secrets does Trix reveal about T-Rex life? Her bones show scars from battle and infection, showing how dinosaurs had to fight to survive.
This dude has undergone 0 evolutionary changes because he is flawless. You could literally say he's perfect. This is the horseshoe crab, and look at this little dude, and tell me he doesn't look chill as hell. He's a little scary looking sometimes, but I'd keep him as a pet. Don't flip on his back though. He hasn't yet developed a leg to push himself back to normal, and it might be a while before he does. I mean, they're so cool. Their blood is literally used to create new medications because it can detect outside poisons. We should all strive to be like this little horseshoe crab.
Imagine an animal with no bones, no mouth, no face. The first animal ever. The Dickinsonia. It couldn't see you. It couldn't scream. It slid over its prey and absorbed it. You think monsters are fantasy? This was the first animal to ever exist on Earth. For millions of years, this was the king of our planet. And the most terrifying part? The blueprint for every animal that followed started with it. Low-key hot take, but if Jurassic Park was real, I'd be going day one. You would see me pulling up with full merch and a Stegosaurus hat on. I would immediately run to where the T-Rex was, and I'd definitely be making some random other person take my photo as I pointed at the dumb thing. I'd be one of the first people to ride those balls, remember those? I'd be tapping on the glass for every dinosaur. You would see me in the front splash row for that Megalodon show. I'd feed it, honestly. I would be one of the people who walk up and lower down the shark for it to eat. And honestly, what are the odds of the dinosaurs breaking out again? Like, they had to have figured it out by now. And if I was killed by a dinosaur, then that's just how I was meant to go. And I'm okay with that. These are some prehistoric animals that still roam the earth today. Imagine encountering creatures that coexisted with dinosaurs. Horseshoe crabs have scuttled across the ocean floor for 445 million years. Their blue copper-based blood and tank-like shells unchanged since before dinosaurs existed. The bizarre coelacanth, once thought extinct for 65 million years, was dramatically rediscovered in 1938. They're a fish with limb-like fins and a hinged skull that swings open like a medieval helmet. Tardigrades, microscopic water bears, have survived 500 million years and can withstand radiation, space vacuum, and extreme temperatures by essentially shutting down and playing dead. These adventure time capsules prove that sometimes perfection doesn't need improvement. Please subscribe. Did you know humans are super lucky to not have lived while dinosaurs existed? Dinosaurs would have eaten us for breakfast. That's what many people think today, especially with horror movies like Jurassic Park and Primitive War. The truth is, dinosaurs are lucky we weren't alive while they were around. While dinosaurs are stronger, with bigger teeth and a large bite force, humans have the ultimate weapon: intelligence and the ability to use tools. Imagine the fear if you're a dinosaur and you see a pale tan blob run up at night and you blink, the sphere has already impaled you, leaving you to die. Terrifying.
Hello? Why was this thing on? Oh. Welcome to your Apex Coexistence job orientation. I thought it's a legal thing for you. So recently we implanted human intelligence into the dinosaurs, and in case of emergency and to ensure a productive and safe environment, please adhere to these 5 key protocols. Number 1, never make eye contact. They perceive it as a challenge. Number 2, report any mimicry of human speech immediately. Do not engage. Number 3, our designated comm rooms are not soundproof. Don't scream. Number 4, please observe the silent hours. They can hear your heartbeat. Number 5, never run. It's not the chase they enjoy. It's the puzzle of you. And remember, compliance is survival.
Did you know the biggest dinosaur to ever exist was the Megalodon? This giant creature roamed the waters during the Cretaceous period and was the largest shark to ever exist. Except I'm joking, because the Megalodon is not a dinosaur and it wasn't alive during the same period as the dinosaurs. The biggest dinosaur was actually a T-Rex. Except I got you guys again, it's not a T-Rex. And I promise I won't lie again for the rest of the video. The biggest dinosaur to ever exist was a sauropod dinosaur. But this is where it gets kind of complicated. The Argentinosaurus is believed to be one of the biggest in terms of sheer bulk. Its size was estimated between 30 to 35 meters long and weighed up to 80 tons. That's longer than a Boeing 737. The problem is its skeleton's only 10 to 50% complete, meaning it could change size and the remaining bones reveal a different story. The longest well-documented giant is the Titanosaur, being 37 meters long and weighing between 57 to 70 tons, making it slightly lighter than the Argentinosaurus, but definitely longer. And if we go even further and put on our tin hat on, then the Megalodon, I can't pronounce that, could have been the longest with a length of 60 meters and weighing over 100 tons. Problem is, this was all based on a massive vertebrae from the 1800s, which is now missing. Did you know dinosaurs still exist today and didn't go extinct 300 million years ago? They're actually all around us and you've probably seen one today. What are these modern day dinosaurs that walk among us? These terrifying creatures that had to fight T-Rexes and Megalodons. This dinosaur is called a bird. Yeah, birds are theropod dinosaurs that survived the mass extinction event 66 million years ago, while all the other dinosaur groups became extinct. Did you know there was a crocodile so big it literally ate dinosaurs? The horrifying Sarcopithecus was a crocodile that lived during the early Cretaceous period. This crocodile reached lengths of up to 31 feet long. The most terrifying of all was how it would hunt its prey. Hiding in the water, it would ambush dinosaurs like the Dinosaurus with its extremely powerful bite force, then drag the prey deeper into the water to drown it and tear it apart. Does no one actually realize how terrifying and scary dinosaurs actually are? I mean, you see them in books and TV and they're kind of scary, but it gets so much deeper than that. With theories so horrifying, such as the dinosaur meat theory, that would make you never want to see another dinosaur again. I mean, the T-Rex alone has a multitude of abilities many people don't know about, which would make it impossible to survive if this thing ever decided to come back and hunt humans. In this video, I've compiled my favorite shorts I've made over the past couple months on dinosaur facts and lore. So sit back, relax, and enjoy some horrific dinosaur videos, and try not to get too scared. Did you know the biggest dinosaur to ever exist was the Megalodon? This giant creature roamed the waters during the Cretaceous period and was the largest shark to ever exist. Except I'm joking, because the Megalodon is not a dinosaur and it wasn't alive during the same period as the dinosaurs. The biggest dinosaur was actually a T-Rex. Except I got you guys again, it's not a T-Rex. And I promise I won't lie again for the rest of the video. The biggest dinosaur to ever exist was a sauropod dinosaur. But this is where it gets kind of complicated. The Argentinosaurus is believed to be one of the biggest in terms of sheer bulk. Its size was estimated between 30 to 35 meters long and weighed up to 80 tons. That's longer than a Boeing 737. The problem is its skeleton's only 10 to 50% complete, meaning it could change size and the remaining bones reveal a different story. The longest well-documented giant is the Titanosaur, being 37 meters long and weighing between 57 to 70 tons, making it slightly lighter than the Argentinosaurus, but definitely longer. And if we go even further and put on our tin hat on, then the Megalodon, I can't pronounce that, could have been the longest with a length of 60 meters and weighing over 100 tons. Problem is, this was all based on a massive vertebrae from the 1800s, which is now missing. Did you know there's a dinosaur more horrifying than the T-Rex that may not even exist? This controversial dinosaur has some attributes that can make it more terrifying and deadly than the famous T-Rex. The Nanotyrannus had a weight of around 6.6 feet, a length of 16 feet, and a weight of 2,000 pounds. The Nanotyrannus was also thought to be the fastest dinosaur ever, reaching speeds of up to 50 miles per hour. It was also estimated to be extremely agile, meaning it could easily take down a T-Rex as long as the T-Rex didn't land a single bite. Yet scientists can't decide if it should be considered a real dinosaur or not. The problem comes from the fossils found for the Nanotyrannus. Since human beings have found such little fossils from the overall fossil record, it's very hard to tell whether the fossils are saying the complete story or not. The fossil record can be very biased at times, where it could just be that all adult Nanotyrannus lived in an area that didn't have the right circumstances for fossilization, so scientists have just never found one. The debate mainly stems from the idea that we've only found juvenile and never an adult Nanotyrannus, leading people to believe it's just a juvenile Rex. Some paleontologists say that the teeth are distinct enough to disprove it being just a little T-Rex, with the side of the teeth following a growth curve that doesn't quite match that of a normal T-Rex. Did you know the T-Rex was a dangerous monster and not an animal? I'm tired, it's 3 AM, and so I'm going to try my best to tell you some terrifying unknown T-Rex facts. First, studies suggest that the T-Rex had special padding on his feet, which acted similar to that of an elephant. This means it could move in absolute silence. You wouldn't even notice it snuck up on you until it was too late. Its eyesight was also extremely sharp. With it being 13 feet tall at the hip, it uses binocular vision to see on the horizon 4.7 miles away, meaning T-Rex could pick out your shadow no matter how far away you hid. Even if you managed to hide both you and your shadow completely, the T-Rex had a sense of smell on par with vultures, which could smell targets from miles away. Its bite force was also way more powerful than what most people think. The Triceratops frills are extremely strong, being made of literal solid condensed bone, though to a T-Rex it was no different than a human biting into a potato chip. And worst of all, new studies suggest that the T-Rex wasn't a solo predator. Tracks show the Tyrannosaurus stalking in pairs. This dinosaur might be one of the most dangerous apex predators of all time, besides humans of course. Did you know about the dinosaur with the most horrific, terrifying jaw? A jaw that could split open like Shin Godzilla and was capable of unhatching its bones to engulf its prey completely? A jaw that literally unlocked sideways to expand its razor-sharp teeth. How did the jaw of this dinosaur really work? The Earator is a genus of spinosaurus dinosaurs that lived in what is now known as Brazil in the early Cretaceous period. It is famous for a nearly complete dinosaur skull fossil. The Earator is estimated to be between 6 to 8 meters in length and it weighed about 1 ton. What makes it horrifying compared to a normal dinosaur is its mouth. Paleontologists and scientists debate to this day what the jaw really does. Suggesting the dinosaur's name, Earator, came from the irritating hours it took paleontologists to fix the tampered skull they got from fossil poachers. The mechanics of its proximal jawbone suggest that its mouth works similar to that of a modern-day pelican, using its widening jaws to swallow much larger fish than what seems capable by just looking at it. This dinosaur is a secret hidden gem and is way cooler than the Spinosaurus. Did you know that scientists have found lava sharks in 2025? Kind of. The temperature of lava is extremely hot, reaching up to 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit, making it impossible for any life to survive. So how did scientists find lava sharks? There exists an underwater volcano called Kavachi in the Solomon Islands, nicknamed the Sharkano. It hosts hammerhead and silky sharks. It is thought these sharks can survive this extremely hot and acidic water by sensing seismic changes along with its extreme heat tolerance. Basically, it just leaves right before any volcano eruption. Have you heard of the terrestrial stalking hypothesis? Scientists discovered a terrifying theory to explain one of the hunting behaviors of the most horrifying flying dinosaurs, the Quetzalcoatlus. This dinosaur was an absolute giant tetrasaur from the late Cretaceous period, known for being the largest flying animal ever discovered at 36 feet tall. The terrestrial stalking hypothesis talks about how the dinosaur hunted its prey. The Quetzalcoatlus has the ability to glide. This flying ability made it completely silent, meaning its prey wouldn't know it was being stalked by the Quetzalcoatlus until it was too late. Have you heard of the terrifying dinosaur meat theory? Basically, during the end of the dinosaur age, an asteroid slammed into Earth, turning the world into a living nightmare. Sunlight was blocked by dust clouds for months, leading all the vegetation to die off and the world to be plunged into complete darkness. Scientists theorized herbivores like the Triceratops and Ankylosaurus were left with little to no food, as these particular dinosaurs would normally feed on plants. The only way these gentle giants could survive was to eat something else, the meat of other dead dinosaurs, forcing them to become carnivores. Did you know there was only one dinosaur that ate its own kind? This dinosaur practiced cannibalism in order to survive in the harsh Mesozoic Era. In this time period, no meals could ever be wasted, even if it meant eating itself. The name of this dinosaur was the Megalodon. The Megalodon was about 6 meters long and weighed 1,100 kilograms. The dinosaur hunted differently than other similar animals like the T-Rex, biting and holding onto its prey until the light drained from its eyes. Fossil evidence shows bite marks on the Megalodon from other Megalodons, meaning the dinosaur ate its own kind, and whether the victim was alive or dead while it was happening is unknown. Did you know that there was a dinosaur that could have possessed human-like intelligence? Kind of. Imagine how terrifying any dinosaur would be if it was as smart as a human being. The way it could stalk and kill its prey would be unmatched. This bird theropod dinosaur called the Troodontis lived from the late Cretaceous period and was pretty average sized, only being 6 feet tall. The thing that makes this dinosaur terrifying is its unusually large brain, comparable to that of current flightless birds. The cerebrum, or part of the upper brain, was proportionally larger than most reptiles, with an estimated EQ of around 5.8. They were predatory carnivores with highly sensitive ears and binocular vision, so you were not escaping. Did you know dinosaurs could turn into zombies? Kind of. Maybe not like the typical Walking Dead style zombies you see in movie and TV, though it might be even more terrifying than that. Paleontologists have found evidence of a parasitic fungus called Ophiucordyceps. This fungus turns insects like ants and flies into puppets after taking over their brains. The parasitic fungi would force the insect to climb higher and higher to spread its spores as far as possible, then burst out of the victim's body, facehugger alien style. While it couldn't infect dinosaurs, it did coexist with them. So imagine a T-Rex stomping through the forest while ants were being mind controlled around it. And even worse, what if it decided to switch its host to dinosaurs? Though in actuality, 2 dinosaurs could have taken down a T-Rex. The first dinosaur was an Ankylosaurus. The Ankylosaurus's armor and his clubbed tail would have made it dangerous for the T-Rex to try to use its bite force. A hit from the Ankylosaurus's tail could shatter the T-Rex's bones. The second dinosaur was a Triceratops. I mean, look at this thing. One wrong move and the T-Rex just became a unicorn with a headache. And lastly, the ultimate predator to the T-Rex, an asteroid approximately 6.2 miles wide, aimed at the Yucatan Peninsula. Did you know about the horrifying uncanny valley face theory? Scientists have found a relationship between how much an object looks like a human face and the emotional response to the object. With an entity appearing almost human, there's a risk of creating an eerie feeling for the viewer. The theory goes that for humans to survive during prehistoric times, humans saw faces slightly different than ours as a threat. That way we didn't accidentally get food or get attacked by other hominid species. Though humans did sometimes create with other non-hominid species, so the theory is unverified. What do you think? Did you know there's one extinct animal scientists refuse to bring back? It's not the T-Rex. Scientists would never bring back the saber-toothed tiger. This monster cat had 11-inch spikes as a mouth. It was believed to be stronger than a modern-day black bear and had more muscles than any cat today. And lastly, the most horrifying fact was it was an ambush predator, meaning you wouldn't know it attacked you until it was too late. Did you know there's an extinct human species that was better than us? This species was bigger than humans with much thicker bones, larger muscles, and denser bodies. These Homo sapiens were called Neanderthals. Estimated to be twice as strong as humans, they were also better adapted to withstand freezing environments and conserve heat. And most horrifying of all, their brains were also larger, making them possibly smarter than humans. But in the end, they went extinct 40,000 years ago. Did you know the mass extinction event that killed the dinosaurs wasn't even the biggest one? There was a bigger, more horrifying event that wiped out an estimated 90% of life on Earth called the Great Dying. The event turned the sky red and made the ocean into acid. Volcanic eruptions created the Siberian Trap, killing almost all life at the time. The most horrifying part was it lasted about 200,000 years, meaning it was hell on Earth for 200 millennia. Do you know why the dodo bird went extinct? First off, this bird wasn't known to be the brightest or smartest bird. I mean, the dodo bird was literally flightless and lacked any natural fear. The dodo bird went extinct because sailors, rats, and pigs would eat all their eggs, while hungry explorers literally hunted the dodo bird even though they were said to taste awful. With no fears of humans and no flight skills, these birds waddled their way straight into history. Did you know scientists have just discovered a new dinosaur in 2025? The name of this dinosaur is the Argentinosaurus, ravaging the wilderness in New Mexico where the species was found. This is a duck-billed dinosaur that was a herbivore, known for a broad, toothless beak. It had 45 tightly packed teeth that were constantly replaced, and it was estimated to be up to 36 feet, making it really big. Crazy how new dinosaurs are still being discovered and named even today. Did you know the T-Rex roar isn't scary in real life? But what really is horrifying is the noise that Quetzalcoatlus would make in a deep dark forest. Listen to this.